Hello?
Well, greetings and a most heartfelt salutations to everyone out there. I am Lord Cash. This is a special iStream Ustream. We are coming to you on Wednesday night, September 1st, because there is a whole bunch of stuff that is hitting all those streaming services. And I personally want to make sure you guys know what's going on. All that, Pat, how you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm good. I got my special viewing glasses on. I got my pile of remotes over here. Oh man, I can't believe how many streaming services there are nowadays. And I'm sure you're going to tell us ones I've never even heard of before. But I can't wait to learn about all the different content that's coming our ways. Fall, this is crazy.
Yeah, there's so kind of we're gonna kind of talk about 8 streaming services altogether, possibly. Some of them have more than others, but we're gonna see exactly what's out there. We're gonna go ahead and start with one streaming service, Amazon Video, Prime Video. With it being it's the first of the month, and I'm going to say this a lot for a lot of our streaming services, that on the first of the month, a lot of like old school movies get dropped into their library, and Prime Video is no different. But so I'm going to kind of focus on some of the original movies and TV shows, and stuff that's new to the network. So one of those is being if you had to like name a movie kind of story complex that has been done so many times, what would you think that storyline would be?
Like a like a cliche or a series?
Like an actual story. So it's been done with live action. It's been done in animation.
Oh God, probably King Kong has definitely been done a lot. As has I know I could think of one for sure, but you're gonna have to, like, I guess, be more. Oh, wait. Is it something Disney related? Because this is Amazon. Because I know all the Disney movies, and oh yes, it's Cinderella.
Yeah, so they're doing yet another version of Cinderella. This one is kind of a mix. It's a musical that they're doing with this, which I know the original one had songs in it, but this one is definitely a lot more on those musical elements to it. The big twist, so to speak, it kind of almost gives me a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
Where you've got those like rock songs, so to speak,
Yeah.
With it, but it's kind of in a period piece that just somehow, for me, it works perfectly.
I saw this trailer. Well, one of the trailers, spoiler, yesterday, I think. I actually was pretty excited about it because I'm not big on Cinderella. I'm not, whatever. But I did like the way, kind of like you alluded to, how they're blending in genres with like using that rock standard within it, and also we just saw him right there. That actor right there. I think I've seen him in other things. Just him portraying the fairy godfather.
Yeah, he's your fabulous godmother.
There you go.
So, but yeah, this is one of those shows that I'm interested to see it. It's got Corbin. I just blanked on his name. I normally I write that down.
From he has his talk show. James Corbin.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, something like that.
He does karaoke stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's James Corbin.
But again, you got this. You got Pierce Brosnan in it as well. So I'm excited about this one. How about you folks? Are you interested in watching this new adaptation of Cinderella with a little bit of a little pop music to it? Definitely check it out. I believe it's going to be coming out on September 3rd. So you won't have that long to wait for this to hit Amazon Prime Video. So,
and this is just a movie, correct? Not a TV series?
Just a movie, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
So definitely check that one out. All righty. So our next one that we're going to jump into is over on our Hulu. Hulu has two shows that are be coming out for the month of September. Both of them are going to be TV series. Both of them are returning TV series. And I'm not sure that they're going to be up my alley to watch them.
Right.
But definitely our audience may be, wanting to watch that. So our first one we're going to start off with, basically they've already done 2 movies with them and they've done pretty well. So why not make a TV series about these tiny little critters? And of course, I am talking about the characters of Trolls, called Trollstopia. Surprisingly enough, this is going to be season 4 that's going to be debuting on September 2nd.
Oh wow! So this series actually already exists.
Oh yes.
Huh? There's So I see a different art style. Are you aware? Do they have any of the same recurring voice actors like Justin Timberlake, or I think Anna Kendrick might be one of the ones in there? Are they on this series as well?
So majority of them are new voice actors.
Okay.
I looked up to see how many. I think there's like 1, maybe 2 that were possibly reoccurring on over. So, but for the most part, it's not.
I'd be curious who's watching right now that might have actually already seen the Trollstopia series. And do any of the kid and your kids watch this or have any interest in it?
The only one that I would possibly watch it would be my daughter Allie. And I don't think this is on her radar for watching this. I know she's enjoyed the first 2 movies. And there's a possibility she's not even aware that this show actually exists.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go watch one of the episodes just for the hell of it because I did like the movie. So
yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna be binging it, but you never know.
Exactly, you might just get sucked in.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Now, our next one that we're going to be talking about is definitely, it's based off of the music that they're doing is not my alley. But again, it just when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s was not my musical forte.
Right.
So, but again, to each their own. And that is WuTang, An American Story, season 2.
So this show is actually filmed in my backyard.
Nice.
The school that I teach at is actually the school that Method Man grew up at. It wasn't called the school that it is now. So if I look at some of these video clips, I'm going to recognize Stapleton neighborhood in Staten Island. So there it is. So that's actually where I teach. So come visit. Yeah, I knew this got very well received. We watched a couple episodes. Bit of Ritz and myself did. It's not a happy-go-lucky. Yep, that's right behind my school. It's not a happy-go-lucky show, unfortunately, because they did go through a lot, and they still do. Speaking of the Wu-Tang Clan themselves, but yeah, this is one of those shows that I watched mostly for the background, not for the show itself. They just kept saying like, "Hey, that's a pizza shop I go to."
Right.
So anyway, yeah. So when does this one drop?
So WuTang actually will drop on September 8th. So you've got just a little over a week to wait for that one to actually debut. So just another, like I said, 8 days.
Nice.
So if this is something that you're interested in, definitely check it out. Leave us a comment down below if both this one, Trollstopia, or WuTang, completely different audience. I realize that. Maybe. I
don't know.
Maybe. But again, let us know down in the comments below if you actually, if these are shows that you watch, what you thought of the previous seasons. And because again, I don't know if I'm going to be watching either one of these, but you never know what's going to draw you in.
Right. No, that's cool though. I did not know that was coming back for a second season. So yeah, that I've already said that we've already seen 3 so far, and they're all different varieties of music. Basically, you got Cinderella, Trolls, and Wu-Tang Clan. I don't think any of them are going to have a collaboration anytime soon, but that'd be one hell of a remix.
That's very true. All righty. Well, let's go ahead and move on over to our Peacock network. So that's the one affiliated with NBC. This one, we've got 3 to talk about real quick. Now, let's talk arcade video games. If you were to say popular games coming to an actual like a game show format, what arcade game do you think would be a good one to do?
Oh my God! Honestly, the first one that comes to mind is Smash TV. If they did Smash TV, it'd be amazing. It's like almost like the Running Man from Schwarzenegger. Or Mario Party would be kind of ridiculous.
We're talking old school arcade cabinets.
Rampage is already done. I don't know. I was at the world's largest arcade yesterday. So Frogger.
It is time for Frogger. So basically, you've got a kind of almost like a Wipeout style where you start on a platform and you just kind of like the floor is lava type of thing where you just go across it and you've got to survive and not get hit and knocked off into the water.
That's crazy just to think about. You said Wipeout. You nailed it right on the head. It's Wipeout with theming.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Oh, my God. I wish Bitter Rich was here. This will be a surprise one for sure. That I'm pumped. And again, what they've already been doing with Wipeout, but putting a frog and lily pads on it, I'm on board for sure. I'm a big fan of Frogger.
Yeah, so this was going to debut on September 9th. Do you think you might be watching this one?
Oh, I 100% am. I'm looking on my wall right here because that's just how we are. We have the original Frogger board game.
There you go.
Right there. Yeah, definitely will be watching that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm probably going to watch it. I might actually kind of make a little bit of a family time for it because I know when Wipeout was really big in its heyday, we used to watch that as a family just to get people, socked in the crotch or whatever, get knocked in the face with something. That was always a good family time.
Absolutely. Crotch jokes always kill.
All righty. Well, this next one I am super excited about. And when it was actually kind of being developed, I was extremely mad because if you were to take like a book series and make a TV show or a movie out of them, typically you would go book 1, book 2, book 3, etc. Right?
Right.
So when they went from book 1 to book 2, I was super excited for book 3, but they never made it. They skipped it and went to book 4, and I was extremely mad.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
So this is actually the Dan Brown novels from the what is it called? The Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code.
Right.
So Da Vinci Code came out first, then Angels and Demon. Lost Symbol was technically the third book, but they skipped it and go straight to Inferno.
Now, did those series have an actual cohesive storyline, or is it just like Indiana Jones, where it's adventures of this particular character?
So they had a little bit of connectivity. So Tom Hanks is in those movies as Robert Langdon.
Right.
It's been recasted. This is going to be a TV series, which that kind of makes what they didn't do with the movie that much better, because now I have 6, 8, 10 episodes for this storyline, which was one of my more favorite stories, because the other 3 novels take place in Europe. Whereas this one takes place in DC.
Okay, gotcha.
So the Lost Symbols with like the Illuminati and all that other stuff, it just like really, I thought like visually this would be very, very cool. So on September 16th, this is going to be debuting on the Peacock network. So that one I'm really, really super excited about. I don't know exactly if it's going to kind of tie in with the movies or if this is going to be all on its own in itself. They're outside of like the main character. The movies really didn't have a lot of, stuff flowing with it. It was very much Indiana Jones, as you kind of mentioned.
Right. Well, so far we've gotten up to now we're at 5. We've seen WuTang Clan, Trolls, Frogs, Cinderella, and the Illuminati. What is coming next?
So the next one is, what would you do if London's best police officer is killed in the line of duty? You use science and technology to bring him back to life.
Tell me this is like a redo of $6 Million Man.
Kind of, but not. It's like a mixture of like that, maybe mixed with a little bit of RoboCop.
Okay, all right.
It's called Code 404. It's going into its 2nd season. And basically, that guy right there, he dies. They use technology to bring him back to life. And so now he's not honestly always right. So that's why it's code 404.
Yeah, that's the error code. And just by looking at like the facial of the main character, doing like a little dirt look, I'm assuming this is a comedy.
Like a comedy action type of thing, yes.
Okay. We have to check that one out. So this is the second season, you said.
So on Peacock, code 404. I actually, because of this, I missed the first season when it actually debuted last year. And so I actually went back and watched the trailer for the first season to find out, okay, what exactly happened.
Yeah.
Did I actually hear that right? Because he said my AI is not working right. And I was like, wait, what? And sure enough, I believe it does take place in London. So you're probably gonna have some funny talk going on. And basically he's like one of the best detectives over there and gets killed in the line of duty. And so they use technology and stuff to kind of bring him back to life.
Well, and I heard that this one secretly is an origin story that's actually for Inspector Gadget.
Well, there you go. That probably makes a lot more sense now.
That should be the big revelation in season 3.
Oh man, can't wait for that to happen. Alrighty. Well, we are going to go ahead and move on to our next streaming service, and that is going to be Apple TV.
That's a good one. It's starting to really like pick up steam, especially with like the success of shows like Schmigadoon and oh my God, what's one with the soccer player guy?
Ted Lasso.
There you go. I hadn't even heard of Apple TV until those two shows dropped. So what's going on now in September?
So our first one is, bear with me for my setup joke here.
Okay.
What do you get when you mix Hamilton with 9/11?
Oh God. Yeah, there's. Go ahead.
You get a show called Come Far Away, and basically is about a story of this town that I guess some of the people from that were affected by like the 9/11 stuff, they kind of take them in and help them out. So, but it's a stage show type scenario. I kind of want to see this. We are running up on the 20th anniversary of September 11th. There's going to be
a week and a half. Crazy.
There's another movie that's going to be focusing on 9/11. This one I think is more of the comedy-esque of it to a degree. Definitely a musical with it. So I think I'm gonna like this one. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
I've never heard of it. I definitely am engaged in. I started engaged in the middle. That's what kind of hit me. I'm definitely interested in this concept. So I definitely take a look at it for sure. Bitteritza has heard of it. She's over in the other room doing some things, and she mentioned that. So yeah, it's a Broadway show. So
yeah. So it actually will drop on September 10th, the day before the 20th anniversary. So I'm probably gonna check it out and see what it's all about.
Sounds great.
So now we're going to turn gears a little bit, and I'm going to give you 3 actors, and I'm going to tell you if you would watch this show.
Okay.
Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, and Steve Carell.
Yeah, I would. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I don't mind Reese Witherspoon, but I do like Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston. So
here is season 2 of the morning show. Basically, Jennifer Aniston and I believe Reese Witherspoon are like news anchors.
Yep.
And so stuff happens in the first season. It was one of those shows that I wanted to watch. I just never made the time to do it. So now they're going to be coming out with season 2 starting September 17th. I think I might have to just I kind of did the same thing with some of the other Apple TV shows with like Ted Lasso. I kind of binged it right before season 2 came out. Really enjoyed it. I have a feeling I might feel the same about this one. It's more of your drama type of a show.
Right.
But I'm like, the people in this are phenomenal. So I think I'm going to give this one a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Like how you presented it with the actors alone, it makes me interested. when we do this kind of show right now, Lord Cash, I got to say that I can only imagine what it was like for our parents when they had 3 channels.
Yeah.
Like, we have like 300 channels plus like 20 streaming services. It's like, there's no one that can possibly ever watch everything. There's just so much stuff going on.
I try, but it just does not work.
But we do appreciate everybody watching us right now, though, because we know that we are top shelf TV for you guys and your family. So thank you. Make sure to like and share and subscribe us. We appreciate that. But on with the show, Lord Cash. What else we got going on? Oh, this is a long thing. Jeez, it's probably the longest I've you so far.
If you're interested, go check out the trailer. It's on YouTube. Go check out Apple TV. You can catch out the trailer. But again, it's season 2, September 17th. It's coming to you. But our next one that we're going to talk about is going to be a movie. Now, I literally went to IMDb and I took the synopsis.
Okay.
All right. And you tell me what this sounds like. Ready? A complex saga of humans scattered on planets throughout the galaxy, all living under the rule of the Galactic Empire.
I mean, it sounds like a Big Brother version of Star Wars.
Exactly. That's why I put on like Star Wars ? So this show is called Foundation. I believe it's based off of a novel, but it's a futuristic type of a movie. The special effects in this looked fantastic. I know some of the actors in here look familiar. That I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to check this out. But I believe this is. I'm trying to remember if this was actually a TV show or a movie. Now that I'm questioning myself, I think this might be a TV series. But this is going to be debuting towards the end of September, on September 24th. So you definitely have some time if you. I know some people are out there that they like to read the book first and then watch the movie. Me personally, I'm the exact opposite. I'll watch the movie and then let the book enhance the experience that I've already had with the movie. That way I'm less likely to go, that movie stinks because it didn't follow the movie.
I'm 100% with you on that, Lord Cash. That's exactly what I do too. So,
but again, you just look at the visual effects on this. They look absolutely amazing. The storyline, I'm trying to actually remember what the storyline is all about, outside of, living under the rule of the Galactic Empire. So someone's out there not being nice, and they've got to possibly rebel against it.
But yeah, we'll take a look at it. You know what I mean? We'll check it out and see where it goes from there. I'm hoping it's a movie just to be almost one and done, unless I really like it. So
right. All righty. Well, we're kind of at that halfway mark. How you feeling all that, Pat?
I gotta say, I'm a little overwhelmed by all the different things that we have to watch, especially the Apple TV. Like we don't even have it yet, and we're already behind on the Apple and June. But we'll get there for sure. I think what I'm kind of curious about is one of the big ones that we talk about a lot is Disney Plus. What's anything big coming out in Disney Plus? Because I didn't even check what it yet, believe it or not. What does the House of Mouse have coming up in the month of September?
Well, for that, we've got one thing that's going to be a nice lighter version compared to some of the other stuff that we've seen. So let's go ahead and jump into Disney Plus. The first one that we're going to talk about is there are characters out there that really, really steal the show out of a movie.
Sure.
And one of those from the movie Up was that of Doug.
What?
So Doug the dog, there's called Doug Days, and they're going to be all little shorts. They're all going to release on September 1st today. So definitely check them out. I have not had a chance to view them yet. Just life in general getting in the way. But it's fantastic. Unfortunately, this does come a few days after the announcement that Ed Asner, who voices Carl, passed away on Sunday. So that's kind of a little sad to hear that. But at least he will get to live on through these shorts. on Doug Days. So, did you like the character Doug on the movie Up? Did you see the movie Up?
Oh, absolutely. We actually saw the movie Up again during the pandemic. They had it at the drive-in. No, definitely enjoy that character. Just that concept of being able to read an animal's mind. It was done very well in Up. It was also really done well in the Cloudy and the Chance of Meatball series with the monkey Steve, voiced by Neil Patrick Harris. But definitely looking forward to that, though. Just check out these shorts. And that fact that they're little shorts in and out, that's very good for my attention span, because I'm much like Doug, and I'm like, ooh, ball.
Well, I'm glad you're back, because we have yet another episode of another series that is coming back. This one is going to be episode number 13 for the Marvel Studios Legends, and this one's going to be focusing on the 10 Rings. So this Friday, the Shang-Chi, the Legend of the 10 Rings, will be debuting in theaters. So they're going to give us a little 7 to 10 minute, a little kind of a little behind the scenes backup of what the 10 Rings are. So I know they kind of talked about them a little bit in Iron Man 3, but it was not what the true 10 Rings with the Mandarin type of scenario was. So I'm excited to watch this little blurb about the 10 Rings to see if they give us any more details leading into Shang-Chi, which I am super excited to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be much needed, though, because as you and I both know, it's not a very popular series or well-known character. So getting a little bit of background, and even the allusion to you made about Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 was like 15 years ago. So even that, it's a little bit out of left field, like for anybody to make that connection. I don't mean that in a bad way, but the basic bottom line is having this Marvel Legends show on Disney is always really helpful to catch people up to date or give them a little bit of background on things they already think they know.
Yeah, I know time frame feels like it's been that long, but realistically, it's only been about 8 to 10 years since Iron Man 3.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like 2013.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like in college.
The pandemic has askew people's time frame. I realize that.
100% has.
So our next one is going to be a kind of a documentary style. How do you feel about the artist Billie Eilish? Are you a fan?
I am. She's very unique. I do like Billie Eilish.
Well, on September 3rd, this Friday, we are going to get a Happier Than Ever, a love letter to Los Angeles, which is kind of a little document. I believe Happier Than Ever is one of her songs, correct?
I'm going to go ahead and nod and say yes. I'd have to hear it for me to know if that's the name of one of her albums. But
they're kind of showing, like, it's the documentary style of her and how maybe she came up with the song and how she performed some of this music. So I've always enjoyed some of the songs that I have heard. I'm not a uber fan, but again, I hear it and I go, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do like, again, I don't think I'm an Uber fan either, but like I like her music. I like the style of a lot of her stuff too. And she's definitely an artist that has a gimmick or a persona, so to speak, that is catchy in that sense too, but her voice is very smooth as well. So I'm curious to see what this is like, and maybe I'll check it out.
Gotcha. All righty. Well, on to our next one. So I present you this question. Do you know what the world is missing? And that is a reboot that is self-aware. And by that, I mean...
No. Go ahead, bring on Turner and Hooch. Oh, no, what?
So they are kind of redoing the Doogie Howser.
What?
But the Doogie is just a nickname. So I believe her name is like Leilani Aloha.
Okay.
And basically she's a child prodigy very similar to that of Doogie Howser. And like this scene right here, they call her about like this is Doogie. You know, like did you ever watch that show in the '90s or you know whatever? And the guy's like, oh, that's why we call her Doogie. You know, so the Doogie part name of it is you know a nickname versus being the actual name. So that's why I'm saying it's self-aware.
Oh no, this is I'm completely fine with this. I mean, like I thought because as soon as I saw the people, I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's fine. If they're saying Doogie Howser MD and it was like, I get it. Yeah, no, I think it looks okay, cool. I've not heard of this though.
I actually thought when I heard the pitch of this that they were just doing a female and her name was going to be Doogie Howser.
Yeah,
they were just going to do a gender swap. But I love Jason Scott Lee is in this. That makes me very happy. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to watch it.
And it's a series.
Yep. So the first episode is going to drop on September 8th. So next Wednesday is when it's going to happen. So I'm going to check it out. I might watch it with my daughter just because it's a family, comedy drama type thing.
Oh yeah, it definitely, yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like it's for any kind of an older audience or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's no Turner and Hooch, but we'll see.
That's what I was backing up. I'm like, oh no, here it comes. It's coming.
And our last one for the for Disney Plus is going to be, this one's gonna be nice because all the episodes for this are gonna drop on September 22nd. So we've got about 3 weeks to wait for this one, but all of them are gonna drop. This one, I'm gonna watch it because of the content that it is.
Okay.
But I'm leery on it just because of some of the animation style is not what I go for. And that is the new Star Wars Vision. So if you need to excuse yourself, I understand. I'll kind of talk about it.
Yeah, I'm going to walk. Oh, wait. Okay, what's the general premise?
That's the thing is basically they have gone to these anime type style directors.
Yeah.
And go, give me a Star Wars story. And so they have all these like one-shot episodes that are probably going to be anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes long.
Okay.
There's all different sorts of styles that they do. So they've got, this director, that director. That almost looked very much of the Ponyo style.
Yeah.
But then you've got these other ones that
Avatar.
look completely different. So I want to say there's maybe 9 episodes, but I cannot be 100% on that.
I wonder. So are these like retellings of existing stories, or are they just within the universe?
They are just all original stories, I believe, that have possible things that you're going to recognize.
Okay. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
But I don't think anything of these are canon.
Yeah.
But again, it's just all new stories that could have been in the universe if these actually did happen. You had some of these because like Star Wars is very much influenced by the samurai and Japanese culture. The whole lightsaber thing.
Absolutely.
Like I think the Seven Samurai was one of George Lucas's kind of inspiration for this. So I'm interested in it. The animation style is kind of like a little, not necessarily what I'm used to, but I'm going to give it a shot.
I'll be honest with you. What's funny is like with the animation styles, I'm not huge on anime by any stretch, but I'm actually more interested in that than I was about the other existing Star Wars cartoons, only because I don't know if it's computer generated, it's got to look really cartoony for me to like actually enjoy it. It seems like, but let's take a look at these. I'm pretty excited. I'm oddly excited about that one.
All righty. Well, are you ready to jump into our next studio?
Yeah. HBO Max is definitely blown up during the pandemic. I mean, it's given the people around the world ability to watch movies that would typically have been in theaters and without even having to pay a premium. People that already have the HBO subscription have been able to do HBO Max, and honestly, that's how we've been able to see a lot of things. Really enjoyed showings like Mortal Kombat, Suicide Squad, and even King Kong versus Godzilla. What does HBO have coming up in September?
So Mortal Kombat, as you just mentioned, was one of those movies. When it was in theater, you could watch it on HBO Max or in theater for that first month. Yeah. Well, that month has passed, and now it's come back. So on next week, on the 9th, it will be coming back as a permanent home on HBO Max, to where you'll be able to watch it at any time you want. So I know we did a review on Mortal Kombat when it came out. Did we not?
Yeah, we did. And I'm noticing they're interspersing like the actual gameplay footage. I wonder if this will have some commentator, director's background stuff, because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we didn't see before.
Yeah. So funny story is, as you've seen the stuff that we've talked about, I always show the trailer.
Yeah.
I could not find the Green Band trailer, the general audience trailer.
Yeah.
All I could find was the Red Band trailer. And I was not going to do that to our channel.
Oh no, it's very violent, but it's funny. Like I want to see. I might watch the movie again, but I want to watch this. I want to watch this behind the scenes documentary wherever it's located.
Yeah, I love it's one of the reasons why I try to get physical media. Yep. Is because they have all of those behind the scenes of how it was made, the documentaries, the commentating. I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up as I'll use the term loosely, a filmmaker myself. So I always enjoy seeing that. But this is just one of those the behind the scenes kind of production that they have for it. So that's why I showed this one on here.
No, definitely cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a movie that did pretty well during the pandemic, and now it's back available for people. Let's see if they watch it again.
Yeah, definitely check out our library over on YouTube. Like I said, all that Pat myself. Was Bitterritz with us on that one?
I believe she was in it for part of it.
So definitely check us out. Find out what we liked of it. And, of course, leave those comments down below how much your opinion and our opinion match up. All righty. Now, it is officially September. We are 2 months or so away from Halloween. So as we get closer to Halloween, the stories are going to get more spookier. The stories are going to get more creepier. And that sets the stage for our next movie called Malignant. Now, this is a Halloween story about a make-believe friend that kind of goes wrong. So the actress that we see here, she has a friend as a child, I believe known as Gabriel. Okay. And then things happen where I guess they forget about him, but then he comes back and he does some not so nice things.
Huh. Not a big fan of horror movies in general, unless they're real character based, like a Freddy Krueger. So I personally probably won't be watching this one, but there's some people probably would like to see it.
It's from James Wan. I know he does great work out there. So my 19-year-old, he's super big into the horror movies. He's excited to go to Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal Studios, doing a Halloween screen between Busch Gardens and SeaWorld. So this is probably going to be a movie that he's going to want to watch. She's talking to Gabriel as a kid. Right. And so that's where they're like, oh yeah, that's right. So I'll probably ask him to watch and be like, so how was it? Should I watch it? Maybe no. Because again, I'm in that same boat with you that I'm just not a big fan of the horror genre.
Right.
So, but we're going to jump from spooky, scary to old and creepy. Not really, but you may have seen a trailer for Cry Macho. This one is being directed by Clint Eastwood. That was my old and creepy transition, which is, again,
yeah,
he's old but not creepy. He could be creepy, I don't know. But basically, this is going to be one of those movies, as you mentioned, that will be available in theater and HBO Max the same day. So this is going to drop on September 17th. in theaters as well as on HBO Max streaming service. And basically, I believe there is a Mexican boy that's trying to get back to his family, and Clint Eastwood is going to be helping him get back there. So it's definitely a character piece, very similar to a lot of his other movies that he's done. For me, Clint Eastwood is a kind of a hit and miss kind of a guy. I think the last movie that I saw of his that I really enjoyed was $1 Million Baby.
I can't even say I've ever seen a movie with him in it.
No Dirty Harry. No, what is that? Every Way But Loose with the orangutan.
No.
I'm surprised on that last one.
Honestly, I've always been interested in seeing that, but I don't know. It's I've seen it parodied enough to be like it's supposed to be a funny movie anyway. But not big on Clint Eastwood. No problem against him, but I like funny, and I know the one with the monkey. We have to see it someday.
All righty. Well, we have one more trailer show to talk about in the HBO world. This one is going to be season 3. Now, I understand, again, this might be something that you might want to watch, the other 2 seasons. So with that, I understand, again, I'll give you the option to step away. I've only watched the first season. And the second season I haven't watched yet, again, just life. But do you like DC TV shows? Wait, let me rephrase that. Do you like messed up DC TV shows that star Brendan Fraser, Matt Bomer, Timothy Dalton, and Alan Tudyk?
What?
So this is called Doom Patrol.
Okay.
So I know last month we talked about Titans.
Yeah.
And one of the characters that's missing from the Titans world is that of Cyborg.
Yes.
Well, he's over here on Doom Patrol.
Is it the same actor?
Well, there is no actor in Titans as Cyborg.
No, I mean from the Justice League.
To a degree, yes. It is Cyborg, but there's just it's twisted, it's messed up. Brendan Fraser plays the robot guy. So
this looks very visually intriguing. And you said the word messed up for sure. I'm in. I've never heard of it.
The first season is really good. Just be prepared to go, huh?
I already am. I'll grab a notebook. And what's funny is that I keep saying this over and over again. Like, I'm sure we've talked about this series at some point, maybe in passing, but like, I don't know. That's just crazy looking. And it's 3 years in. All right. Yeah. I'm going to check and look at that one because that one does look pretty intriguing. Are they like 30-minute episodes or hour long?
I think they're more than hour long, very similar to that of Titans.
Okay. Gotcha.
All righty. So our first one that we're going to be talking about in the world of Netflix, I'm going to kind of give you this little description. How about a movie about a second chance after dying? I know we had another one kind of like that, but this is called Afterlife of the Party. So basically, you've got this girl who is a party fiend going out doing the club and whatever. Unfortunately, she has a misfortune where after doing a bunch of shots one night, she goes home, goes into the bathroom, gets a little dizzy, falls, and ka-chunk. She gets killed.
Okay.
But basically, her guardian angel allows her to come back. She has 5 days to make right with 3 people in her life now that she's gone. And so it's kind of a little bit of I would say a comedy, little life lesson about trying to be a better person, this and that. So I'm interested in the movie.
Well, it's like Christmas Carol in many ways, but not Christmas related. Where like you get like the chance to make good, yeah.
Now I don't know if at the end of the day, at those 5 days. So I think it's actually they make the mention of it. So after those 5 days, If you do good and help those 3 people, you get to go. If you
Right.
don't, you kind of determine where your afterlife is going to be.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
yeah.
so-
This looks interesting as an original Netflix movie.
Yep. So this will actually be dropping tomorrow on the 2nd. Again, it's just going to be a one-shot movie about giving a second chance in life and making it better for other people. So
Right.
I'm probably going to check it out. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in a couple weeks, when I've got some downtime. We'll see what happens.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Now, the next one, I kind of was a little bit on the fence on whether or not I would actually show this one.
Okay.
I don't know how, again, I'm only going off the trailer, but I don't know if it's all going to be PC. It is Netflix, so they may be stretching the boundaries a little bit, but it's going to be a movie called Q-Force. And basically, you've got this guy who's in the military, top of his class, 2011, I believe. And at his graduation ceremony, he goes, "The don't ask, don't tell has been repealed. And guess what? I'm gay." And then so basically, the person in charge decides to go ahead, instead of sending him to Russia or the Middle East or wherever place, they've got this perfect assignment for him. And guess where they're going to send him? Right here to West Hollywood. So basically, he's gay. It's called Q-Force. I'm sure you can kind of guess what the Q stands for.
Right.
But basically, you've got all these people that are kind of like the top of their marks, but I guess, I don't know if they're kind of outcast.
Yeah.
But it's an animated series. It's going to drop tomorrow on the 2nd. I might watch it. I'm not 100% certain on it yet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be amusing, and it's definitely got that that art style like the Venture Brothers, and I believe there was a Netflix show about like the founding fathers being like crazy like action stars. So
yeah, which I did see that
for this kind of stuff for sure. It's just because you said like not being PC. There's an audience for not being PC as well. I mean, it's like interesting. Maybe I'll check this one out too. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to come up here shortly, but it does have a really good a voice cast to it. You've got David, the guy from there it is right here. So You've got Sean Hayes, Wanda Sykes, David Harbour, Matt Rogers, Lloyd Metcalf, Patty Harrison. So it's got some good voice actors to it. So I'm going to be interested to see what it's all about.
Right.
All righty. Our next one, we're going to go from Q-Force and how it was, and we're going to go to a complete 80 as far as tonality, because again, we mentioned earlier that it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and so this is that actual movie about the events, and basically it's called Worth. It stars Michael Keaton, and kind of right here at the very beginning, they're on a train. You can kind of see people reacting through the window. You can see the Twin Towers being attacked. So it's like literally right there at the beginning of the movie, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Basically, Michael Keaton's character is working for a law firm or something that has to determine the worth of someone who perished in the attack and how much money they're going to pay out, like an insurance or whatever. And so the people that they're dealing with is like, why are they more important, worth more than my daughter or this and that? And so it's going to be a very touching type of drama movie.
Anticipating being very uncomfortable as well, just by like the topics and the reasoning that people are making in this particular film.
Yeah, it also has Stanley Tucci in it, which Michael Keaton, Stanley Tucci, like I almost want to watch it just for them because those are powerhouse actors, definitely.
Right.
So, I like I said, this is going to drop on Friday on the 3rd. So definitely, if this is something that you are interested in watching, definitely check it out. Like I said, I'm going to watch it. I just don't know when.
Right.
All righty. So our next one is about an assassin that gets poisoned and must find out who did it before it's too late.
It's Kate. Kate poisoned.
Kate gets poisoned. You do have Woody Harrelson in it. So again, you've got a nice big actor there. I believe this is going to be just a Netflix film. But basically, she's an assassin, got a really cool car. And basically, it's kind of like, I would almost say it a female version of John Wick.
Okay.
But again, John Wick's not dying, but he does have a price on his head. And so it's just kind of like leading up to this and that with some of the other things. So he literally walks in and just like takes out everybody in this room. And it's an interesting concept of it.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly when I'll get to it, if at all. But it definitely does look interesting.
Right. It's out there, and it's, looks for the action, stylized action. Looks cool.
Exactly. Now, our next one is a TV series that I watched when it was on Fox TV for the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Yep.
And then it got pulled to Netflix, and I think it was either season 4, and then like the 5th season was broken up into 2 parts. I have not watched 5th season part 2 yet, but they have made the announcement for the final season of this series.
Bitter Ritz is going to be very happy.
And so Lucifer final season. I'm this one because again I don't know exactly what happened in part 2 of season 5. I'm going to be kind of a little bit like I don't know yet. But basically, if you're not familiar with what Lucifer the TV series is about, is basically Lucifer, guardian of hell, gets bored, decides to go on vacation and spend time in LA where he meets a detective. They become partners, and now he goes out and is helping her solve crimes with the LAPD.
Yeah, no, Bitter Ritz really likes this show. I know a lot of friends that do, and I've seen bits and pieces of it, and yeah, the actors are very good in it, and it is a pretty amusing show from what I picked up on. So, final season, bittersweet, I'm sure, for all the Lucifer fans, but I'm sure they'll go out with a bang.
Exactly. So this is going to drop on the 10th. So we got just a little bit over a week to wait for it, and we're just going to see how the actual series does officially end on the 10th. I believe very similar to Netflix. All the episodes will be available on that day. Our next show is going to be season 6 of this game show type series, and it's a show about being almost.
Almost is it's being generous in itself.
So that is called Nailed It. You've got the folks here that are doing this where they will get a dessert concept, and then your competitors will have to recreate it as best they can.
We've watched a ton of this show. Absolutely love it. There's, as you can see there's been celebrities that have been jumping into this series as well. Just seeing like the disasters that these people make when trying to do some very elaborate decorative takes is it's amusing. Sometimes when a contestant does well, it's disappointing. You're almost kind of like, oh, that's not funny. Yeah. But there's been a couple over the years that are just like, oh, come on. There's no way these people did that. Like, not intentionally, because some of them do look really, really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the reactions have been fantastic. I think the show is a little long in the tooth at this point, but it's a comfort food, so to speak, of a show that you can just put on and watch and not really pay attention to, but still get some feels.
Exactly.
Definitely looking forward to seeing Nailed It season 6 hitting up on Netflix.
So yeah, definitely let us know if you're a fan of this show. If you've watched any other seasons, if you like those. They have a couple of holiday ones as well.
Yeah, they've done a lot of different things.
All righty. It's Netflix time to do a scary movie. This one, a little bit more kind of like, I guess, maybe kid related, but it's called Night Books. And basically a witch movie, movie about a witch from the producer Sam Raimi. Now, if you're familiar with him, he's done movies, the
first Spider-Man movies, right?
Pardon?
He did the first 2 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, didn't he?
Well, he did all 3 of them.
There you go.
But before that, his claim to fame was the Evil Dead movies, the Army of Darkness. He did those. He even did the Evil Dead remake in the early 2000s, a couple years ago. I think he even had a nope, he did not have a hand in that. But basically, this kid, it's kind of almost a witch version of what is the not Henry VIII, where basically he has to tell him a story.
Like, I'm Henry the Eighth. I am 8th. I am. I've been married. That.
So there's the story of like the wife that would tell her husband a story every night.
Yeah.
In order to stay alive.
Okay.
So I think that's where we got the Aladdin story and things of that nature from that.
Oh,
that,
A7-8? No, I don't know.
I don't remember, but basically,
this looks pretty cool though.
The kid has to tell this witch scary stories in order to stay alive.
Okay.
So it looks interesting. It's going to be dropping on the 15th of September, so we've got 2 weeks to wait on that. But I might see see exactly what's rated. I might actually watch this with my daughter. She kind of likes stuff like this, so maybe something for her to see.
Yeah, it looked harmlessly scary, basically.
Yeah, a little bit of jumps. You're kind of like on par with maybe like a Goosebumps or
yes.
the House of the Clock in its Walls.
100% Goosebumps, as I was thinking. Yeah.
Alrighty. Now we are getting to one of the shows that I have been absolutely dying and waiting to talk about.
I just can't believe that this is out there. When you told me a little about this the other day, I had no idea. So what is going on in the world of Motu? I don't get this. They just had a show with Kevin Smith. Now they've got a different one? What is this?
Yep. So we had Masters of the Universe, which was kind of a continuation of the toy line from the 80s. But now we have He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which is a origin story, a reboot of the classic He-Man origin story. But I mentioned when I talked to you, there's a little bit of a twist to it, which I'm actually digging the concept of the twist. So basically, you've got what I would imagine. I don't know if it is truly them, but you've got Prince Adam. You're probably going to have Attila, your Duncan Man-at-Arms. And I don't know if that's actually the sorceress that steals the sword at the very beginning. And then, of course, you've got Cringer. So these are your 5 Masters of the Universe. So it's going to talk about how the sorcerer is the master of magic. Then you've got Duncan, who's the master of technology. Oh, and right there, that is Uncle Keldor. So
yeah, that's because I'm familiar. That's a character that becomes skeletal. But what?
So that's basically his uncle.
Oh my god!
Which I'm totally okay with.
Okay.
So yeah, you got magic, you got technology. Cringer is the master of the wild, and then you've got Tila, who's the master of demolition. Now, what's cool about this? And there's your Orko appearance there, kind of more android, whatever. But it looks like the other masters get to transform as well, not just He-Man and Cringer to Battle Cat, but all of them. And I'm 100% on board with that. I absolutely love that concept that not only does Prince Adam get to transform into He-Man, but so do the other masters. They get the upgrade. They get the special abilities right along with Adam and Cringer. So this has, I've compared it to like Troll Hunters, the animation style, but I am 100% on board with this new storyline.
A master of the what now?
How about you?
I have to digest this. This is like, I will watch it with an open mind. I'm not a hardcore He-Man fanatic that's going to be like, oh, it's not accurate. You mentioned that there's a new thing the other day. I didn't look it up because I was curious to see it with you. And knee-jerk, it looks terrible, but at the same time, the concept, I only say it looks terrible because the only thing that comes to my head was like, this is not what I was expecting at all, but it might be good.
Like I said, I am intrigued on it.
Certainly.
We did a review for the other Netflix, the Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe. It was John the one that was with us on that one?
No, Ken. Yeah, I'm
Ken.
curious what Ken's thoughts are on this new one.
Like I say, you need to hit him up and to be like, hey, what do you think of the new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe TV series?
Yeah.
But we'll see. That comes out on the 16th, so we got a little over 2 weeks from wait on that one. But I am excited. Again, it's a whole new. It's going back to the beginning. Origin story. I'm on board.
I know it looks interesting, and I'm sure it'll be pretty funny at times too.
Alrighty. All that, Pat. I think it's officially time for me to turn in my man card.
I see it listed, and I did not know this was still a thing. Yeah. Here we go.
I'm probably going to watch this with my 9-year-old, and there's a possibility that I may like My Little Pony: A New Generation.
You're going to be a brony.
No. And just one more time, I'm going to be like, no. So basically, apparently there's 3 different types of horse eyes out there. You've got earth ponies, then you've got unicorns, and then the third one, of course, is Pegasus. It's kind of almost like how they did with like the Trolls 2, where there was the different types of music genres of the Trolls. I kind of feel maybe doing something similar with that on this.
Well, the animation already looks similar to that in many ways because the computer generated, and like the joking, I can already tell the awkward pause, scream. This is probably going to be pretty funny, honestly. Like they've taken like the license of My Little Pony, which is just a toy line way back in the day, and they're actually giving it character, and they're making it amusing just on the guise of basically the name and the toys.
Yeah.
I get there's probably some good laughs. I mean, the Trolls movie, had I not actually the trailer for it, I'm like, what the hell is this? I saw the trailer and I was cracking up. So this looks similar to thing. Yeah, I'll probably like this as well, completely honest with you. But just we'll keep that between you and me and everybody that's subscribing.
Yeah, so like nobody.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this happens. It's going to drop on the 24th. So I've got 3 weeks to properly prepare to not get sucked into this movie. So we'll see. And at least you've got a niece, I've got a daughter that we can at least say we're watching it for them.
Yeah, exactly.
All righty. Well, our final show that I'm going to be talking about is going to be this one. Again, I kind of thought about switching these just to kind of end on a not this type of a tone. But this one I feel is going to be that of a little bit of a tearjerker. It stars Melissa McCarthy and Kevin Kline, called The Starling. From what I can tell from the trailer is man and wife are expecting, and she's not able to keep the baby. And so now he's going and doing therapy. She's kind of going and doing therapy to figure out where they are after, losing the baby.
Right.
And eventually Melissa McCarthy goes to Kevin Kline's character, who is a retired psychiatrist who's now working as a veterinarian. And so it's the dynamic of that, everything. Like I said, here's the veteran office that they have. And the title of it is a starling is a bird that kind of they don't build a nest by themselves. They build with their partner. And so it's kind of that little life lesson that they have with it. So there's the bird right there that attacks her and everything, because getting close to her nest and everything.
Okay. All right.
But so that's where the name gets the movie gets the name from, is from the bird, and how they pretty much they have to work together to get through life. And so basically now Melissa's character and her husband character, they're going to have to work together to get through life. And so it's definitely going to be a little bit of a tearjerker, a drama. But I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, it'd probably be an interesting, movie, and definitely everybody. I think most people have like a connection to a story like this, one way or another.
Yeah.
So interesting. I haven't seen Kevin Kline in a movie in eons, so
Yeah, he's definitely been away for a while. So glad to see him back on the screen, even if it is in Netflix. Netflix still gets huge reviews, so it's all good.
100% they do. Yeah, they're bigger than most channels anyway nowadays.
So,
what a huge schedule that we have looking out for us in the month of September. And it's just like, it's back to school season for me. And I don't know if I can fit any of these in, but I will do as best I can. And I can always, just like everybody else can, come back to this video preview that we did and see, hey, that's one of the ones we talked about. So, looking forward to all that for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when October rolls around, how many of these we actually did to watch.
Exactly. So. And if you have a list of things that you want to watch, maybe you'll squeeze some of our shows in there as well, because we have a lot of different shows that we've been filming over the past year or more, really, on the New York Nerd Show Network, including what you're watching tonight, which is iStream, Ustream. We talk about different streaming services and the content within them. Thursday is our normal day for that. But we do also have a show called The Game Room, where just like it sounds and looks like, we play video games or talk about them. Funko Royalty Lord Cash shows off his wide variety of Funko Pop collectibles. Saturday is Mail Call Mail Time. Call the Wild hits you up on Sunday. Monday is Crazy Card Collecting. Tuesday is Slam Nation Wrestling. And we also have some extra shows to kind of just sprinkle out throughout the internet world here and there. In order to know what's dropping and when it's coming out special, make sure you're a subscriber. Like, share, and subscribe us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. It's free. We do appreciate all that, and we do different contests for our subscribers throughout the month. But yeah, lots of stuff talking about on our end, on your end, and the world of entertainment. We do appreciate you coming in and spending time with us today. And we look forward to seeing you each and every day. So I don't know, Lord Cash, anything you'd like to add before we head on out of here tonight?
Nope. We have a lot of content out there for you to watch. There's a lot of new shows going to be starting this month, so go out there and watch something. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Let television, let these shows be your escape to whether it's to laugh, to cry, to scream. Like I said, we're getting close to that Halloween season, so just escape reality. We all need that a little bit. That's one of the reasons why I love this, is because reality, just for lack of better words, it sucks. So I like to be engulfed into these worlds, whatever story they may be, and just kind of live in their world for a little bit. So
absolutely.
Do yourself a favor, go relax a little bit.
Exactly, agree with you completely.
Well, as I like to say when we wrap this up, thanks for watching us, and if you can stream it, go watch it. Bye-bye, everybody.
Adios.
Hello.